Now, I'm fully aware that this doesn't mean that I can speed this up to 2000 RPM and turn it like it was a pen blank. I'm still going to have to keep the RPM down. I'm thinking maybe 500 is the maximum. Now, I know that there is a formula that you can use to find out what is the centrifugal force at a particular diameter at a particular speed, but I've forgotten how to do that, and actually it doesn't matter. You just have to use a lot of common sense when you're doing stuff like this. And there's another thing to consider. If you got the RPM too fast, when it's out of balance, your lathe is going to be jumping up and down, and you're going to be chasing it all over the workshop. Well, maybe not that bad, but you know what I mean. Now this is the chuck that I want to use. And these are the jaws that I want to use on that chuck. And I'm hoping that when I get these on, that they'll give me a pretty good diameter there. And I won't have to take the end of that log down too much in order for these to catch. At least that's what I'm hoping. We'll soon know. Okay, this little pin has to go in this slot. Okay, now we'll open it up to its maximum and just see how much of a diameter we have to do here. That's it. And it looks like approximately 5 inches. Maybe a smidge more. Okay, so you're thinking, well, if this is 5 1/4 inches and this is only 5, that means you're going to have to turn it down smaller than what he wants here. However, I also know that on the very end here he's going to have sort of a knob, and it's going to be about 2 inches in diameter this way and stick out about 2 inches this way. So I can turn this right down so that I can nicely grab onto it with the jaws. Now here in Winnipeg where I live, there's an outfit called Canadian Woodworker. And years ago, like when I bought this lathe, they offered a course in turning. I think it pretty well took you through most of the winter, and by the time you were done, you probably knew what you were doing. I did not take it. I wish I had right now. Or I wish I had that lathe teacher standing looking over my shoulder. However, I'm just going to bumble through this here best I can. And yeah, here we go. It seems that about 140 RPM is as fast as I want to go here. Otherwise, as you saw, my lathe starts to rock pretty good. I've tightened the belt a little, and I've also changed hands. I feel a lot more comfortable when I'm holding the scraper this way. Now I know that occasionally it sounds like I'm always apologizing, but what I'm trying to do, I guess, is sort of put out a disclaimer there. When it comes to a lathe, I'm just sort of bumbling through it, just like I said. And I'm not trying to do a tutorial here. I'm just sort of taking you along as I'm having fun here, and I'm sort of combining my hobby of photography with my hobby of woodworking. And these YouTube videos, please don't hold me to it. because when it comes to a lathe especially, I've never taken any courses, and I'm sure that in a lot of cases there's a much better way to do things. Anyway, just thought I'd better throw that in. I used the 1/2-inch round nose scraper to remove most of the wood, and I used the parting tool to get into the corner. And then to finish it off smooth, as you can see, I just used the flat nose scraper. I've turned it down to just under 5 inches here now, and that should be more than enough to get it into those jaws. Tomorrow I'll get the spindle duplicator mounted on, and all being well, we'll be able to find out if my idea is going to work.